the beginning of the book of 1 Samuel, a book that we looked at and summarized last Friday, we're introduced to Hannah. And Hannah, I think, can teach us something really important about what it means to reach into our particular community. When we're introduced to Hannah, we're introduced to her as a wife, one of two wives of a man named Elkanah, and they're described this way. Peninnah had children, but Hannah had none. And year after year, this man and his two wives went up to the shrine at Shiloh, and year after year, Hannah poured out her heart and asked God to change what is going on. And this one particular year, the narrator relates to us exactly what happens. How Peninnah had been making fun of Hannah, and while they were there, and had been mocking her for not being able to have children, essentially basically saying, "I'm much better than you are, what a worthless person you are, you can't even produce a child." And Hannah is broken, and she goes to the shrine and she begins to pour her heart out before God. And her lips are moving, but there's no sound, there's no prayers. She's not following the rote prayers that are given. She's not doing the things that the liturgies suggest. She's not saying stuff that she's supposed to be saying. She's just there pouring her heart out. And Eli sees it and he misunderstands and he essentially mocks her. Eli observes her mouth. Hannah's praying in her heart. Her lips were moving, but her voice was not heard, and Eli thought she was drunk. Says to her, "How long are you going to stay drunk? Put away your wine." Now, the thing that really gets me in this story is how few people are actually listening to Hannah, are actually engaging with her. She seems to be discarded by so many. Her husband shows her extra love because he knows that she feels bad about this. And so in that sense, there's no real disconnect. But at the same token, she feels and she is ignored. And I wonder sometimes if you feel that way. Particularly now with everything that's going on, it seems as though everybody else seems to get attention, or lots of other people get attention, but a lot of us don't. And as our circles shrink, and I know we've talked about this before, but lots of people get cut out of those circles then, and some of us then feel as though we're just cut out and left to be on our own. The one thing that I love about this particular part of the story is that it is God who listens. God listens to the voiceless. God listens to those who are pouring out their hearts even though they feel marginalized. God listens to us when we cry out to Him in the midst of a world that seems to ignore us. If this is you, and if you feel as though no one is listening to you, as if you're pouring your heart out and people just do not understand, they don't understand the ways in which what they say hurts you, they don't understand the ways in which you are expressing yourself, and they just don't understand, and then they make assumptions about what's actually going on, and those assumptions just mock you and make you feel worse. If that's you, I'd encourage you to give me a ring, give me a shout, or maybe leave a comment below, or send me a message, or whatever, however you need to get in touch with me, or find somebody else to connect with, someone that you do trust, someone that won't discount you and won't pass you off. And if it's no one in your immediate circle, or even someone that's kind of distant from you, well, maybe find some kind of a counselor or someone that you can reach out to so that you can just pour yourself out and know that you are being listened to.